My wife and I once had a 40-minute fight over a $12 DoorDash order.
I told you we should have just gone and picked it up.
I know, 40 minutes over chicken nuggets. We were $47,000 in debt, sitting on the couch of a tiny one-bedroom apartment in Ohio, screaming at each other about whether the $3 delivery fee was worth it. Neither of us slept that night. We just lay there in the dark, ashamed, knowing something had to change. I remember the exact moment I stared at the ceiling at 3 o'clock in the morning and thought,
we make $80,000 a year between us. How is this somehow our life?
That single question asked at 3 a.m. finally broke the cycle.
And that fight, that stupid, ugly little fight about fast food, is the exact reason we are now completely debt-free, making the same income we made back then. But that's not the part you came here for. The part you came here for is the habit we built 3 months after that fight.
The one habit my mother-in-law still tells her friends is completely insane.
The one habit that all by itself saves us almost $3,000 every single year without making us feel deprived for 1 second. I'll get to it. It's tip number 7 on this list.
And I promise it'll change how you think about money for the rest of your life.
Today, I'm walking you through every habit that took us from broke and panicking to actually breathing again.
The ones that genuinely move the needle, not the recycled internet advice you've already scrolled past 100 times.
No give up your latte and become a millionaire nonsense. Real specific, doable stuff you can start tonight. Let me start with a quick story. Last year, I spent $60 on phone chargers.
Same brand, same gas station next to my office.
6 different cables, each one dead within 3 weeks of buying it.
Meanwhile, my dad has had the exact same charger plugged into his nightstand since 2019.
Black, simple, never failed once. He paid $18 for it. 1 time. That's it.
That single observation, 6 cheap cables versus 1 good one, is the entire reason most people in this country stay broke their whole lives without ever knowing why. Cheap is short-term. Frugal is long-term. Cheap stares at the price tag and grabs whatever's lowest. Frugal calculates value per dollar across the entire lifetime of the thing you're buying. The gap between those 2 ways of thinking is the gap between being broke at 40 and being free at 40.
And here's the part nobody on YouTube wants to say out loud, because it doesn't sell courses.
We do not save money to watch a number grow in some bank account somewhere. That is a miserable, hollow way to live.
And anyone who tells you different is probably trying to sell you something. We save money to buy back our time.
Every single dollar you don't waste quietly buys you a day off.
A trip you didn't think you could afford.
A weekend with your kids that doesn't end in a fight about money. The ability to walk into your boss's office and say no to a bad project without your stomach dropping through the floor.
Money isn't the goal here. Choice is the goal.
Money is just the most powerful tool in the world for buying choice.
Hold on to that idea. It's gonna land hard at the end of this video.
Okay, let's get into the actual tactics.
Number 1. Cancel the subscriptions right now. Pause the video if you have to.
Open your bank app. Scroll through the last 2 months of transactions, line by line.
I am willing to bet real money that you are currently paying for at least 3 services.
You completely forgot you ever signed up for.
For us, it was a meditation app we used exactly twice in 8 months.
A wine magazine subscription from when we were trying to feel cultured at dinner parties.
A gym membership we hadn't physically walked into since the previous January.
A duplicate streaming service neither of us could remember signing up for. And a free trial cloud storage account that had quietly been billing us.
$9.99 a month for 14 months straight.
Total damage, $84 a month, over $1,000 a year, just evaporating into the void in tiny chunks.
Too small to ever notice on a single statement. Number 2, the grocery store is where your monthly budget lives or dies. I am not going to tell you to spend your Sunday afternoons clipping coupons in a binder like it's 1994.
Nobody has time for that, and frankly, nobody should. But 3 small changes saved us roughly $300 a month at the register.
First, make a list before you walk through the automatic doors.
Walking into Target without a written list is financial suicide. I don't care who you are, but
You will leave with a candle, a throw pillow,
And a popcorn machine you did not need.
Second, shop your pantry before you shop the store. You probably already have half of tonight's dinner
sitting in a forgotten can behind the cereal you bought 3 weeks ago.
Third, embrace the store brand.
Kirkland at Costco. Great value at Walmart. Market Pantry at Target. $3.65 at Whole Foods.
About 90% of the time, it's literally the exact same product. Made in the exact same factory by the same workers with a cheaper label slapped on the front.
you're paying for the name. Number 3.
The 24-hour rule. Anything over $50 that you didn't plan for in your monthly budget, you wait 24 full hours before buying. Anything over $200, you wait a full week.
I cannot tell you how many random late-night Amazon impulse buys this single rule has saved me from over the years.
The truth nobody wants to admit.
When you actually wait, about 80% of the time you realize you didn't even want the thing in the first place.
You were just bored. You were stressed about something else.
You were scrolling TikTok at midnight, where nothing good has ever been purchased in the entire history of mankind. The cart sits there, the urge passes by morning, the money stays in your account. Exactly where it belongs. Number 4, the coffee conversation.
I know every personal finance person on the internet has already lectured you about your latte until you want to scream.
I am not going to do that to you.
Here's the actual deal.
If your $6 Starbucks is the genuine highlight of your entire morning,
and you legitimately love every sip of it, then keep it. I 100% mean that.
half awake on autopilot in the drive-thru line, and you don't even remember drinking it.
By 10 o'clock in the morning, when you're already crashing,
that is $180 a month spent on a drink you literally cannot taste.
Buy a $20 French press from Target. Get the good beans from Trader Joe's, not the sad pre-ground stuff from the gas station.
make it a real intentional part of your morning routine. Make it a real intentional part of your morning routine.
Number 5. Cook one big thing on Sunday afternoon. Just one. Last Sunday, my wife and I made a giant tray of baked ziti. Meat sauce, 3 cheeses, the whole thing. Took us 45 minutes of actual hands-on work. Most of it spent talking and drinking iced tea. We ate it for lunch 4 days straight, packed in glass containers we already owned. Total cost for 2 people, 4 days of lunches, $14 in change. The 4 lunches we used to grab from the deli around the corner from my office before we built this habit, $68. We saved $54 a week from a single Sunday afternoon ritual. That's almost $3,000 a year from baked ziti. Let that number sit in your head for a second. Real quick, if any of this is hitting, the subscribe button literally doubles the chance I keep making these. That's it. Back to it. Number 6. Stop financing your lifestyle. This one's going to sting a little, so brace yourself. If you cannot afford to buy something twice in cash,
you genuinely cannot afford it once.
I'm talking about the brand new iPhone every September. The leased SUV when your current paid-off car still runs perfectly fine.
The 60-month financing deal on a sectional couch. A prevailing cultural narrative has somehow convinced an entire generation that low monthly payments
are the same thing as actually being able to afford something, and they are absolutely not. A $400 car payment is $400 a month that isn't building your future, isn't going into savings, isn't earning compound interest. It's just renting your present forever.
Isn't going into savings, isn't earning compound interest. It's just renting your present forever.
Because tip number 7 is the one I promised you at the very start of this video.
The habit my mother-in-law still calls completely insane at every family dinner.
Number 7. We do not eat out for dinner. Period. Not on Friday nights. Not on anniversaries. Not when we're exhausted and the kitchen still looks like a war zone from breakfast. We've held this rule for 2 solid years now. Total annual savings, roughly $3,100, give or take.
And before you close this video and call me misguided, no, we do not hate fun.
We do not hate food. We do not hate restaurants on principle.
We just realized something genuinely brutal one ordinary Tuesday night.
Sitting in a half-empty bistro paying $80 for a meal neither of us was really enjoying that much.
We weren't there for the food. We were there because we were too tired to think about cooking.
We were paying $80 to outsource our exhaustion to a stranger in an apron.
So we flipped the whole thing on its head. We started cooking one genuinely fancy thing every single Saturday night at home.
Homemade pasta from scratch, a real bone-in ribeye, fresh bread, whatever felt special.
We call it Saturday Supper. Same intimacy, better food, honestly, $3,000 a year extra in the bank.
The habit isn't restriction. The habit is just radical honesty about what we actually enjoyed in the first place.
And what we were paying for out of pure tiredness.
Number 8. Negotiate every recurring bill once a year, every year without fail. Cable, internet, insurance, and
Phone plan. I literally have it scheduled on my calendar every January, repeating annually.
Call them up. I am polite. I say the same exact magic sentence every time. Hey, I've been comparing competitor prices, and I'd love to stay with you guys.
Can you do better on my rate? Or do I need to start the process of switching? That's it. That's the whole script.
Last year, that one boring afternoon spent on hold reading a magazine saved us $612 over the following 12 months.
almost 2 car payments worth of savings.
For one quiet Saturday on the couch in pajamas with cold coffee.
Number 9. Audit your insurance every single year without exception. I am serious about this one.
Most people skip it and lose thousands.
Auto and home insurance companies absolutely bet on you being lazy. They quietly nudge your rates up every renewal cycle because they know most customers just glance at the bill, sigh, and pay it without thinking.
Spend 20 minutes once a year getting quotes from 2 competitors online.
My buddy Mark in Cincinnati did this last spring and saved $1,400 on his car insurance.
Same exact coverage, same exact deductibles, same exact car. 20 minutes of typing on a website.